AEW Walk. This is Walkman for the AEW Dynamite review for August, I believe, 31st. Yes, August 31st. Um, this is the go home show because All Out is actually this Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. Labor Day weekend. I can always get the two mixed up. The unofficial end of summer. Just like Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer. But it starts off, the first match is Jake Hager. But before that, Jon Moxley comes out because he just won. He unified the belts. It was CM Punk. I didn't do a review on it. Got busy again. I apologize. We can go over it right now. I actually liked what happened. I damn near lost my voice last week when Jon Moxley went in. It's not nothing against CM Punk, but Jon Moxley has first of all, this is his second time champion. Fuck that interim shit. He is champion, right? Even though it's interim means basically temporary, but you need to find a come up with a better word for that. But I mean, I'm quite sure this is something that some promotion must have had did, and Tony Khan likes the term or likes the concept. I'm fine with the concept. I mean, why just have the person give up the belt when then later on you can have you can go ahead and have another good match later on, like the person who's injured, who actually has the title, who can hold on to the title and have that title, and there's somebody who is just as good as them can go and have them have a run at it. You know, Moxley's been on a tear. The fact that he won in his hometown, in Cleveland last week, and in the history, and I didn't know, thanks to some of the podcasts that I listened to and some of the YouTubers, I didn't realize how significant losing CM Punk losing in it's like his kryptonite. Him losing in Cleveland was kind of fitting. It's like I believe it's been countless times. I believe that was actually the last match he had before he quit WWE, and then later on got fired through FedEx, I should say, on his wedding day. Triple H, that some bitch made sure he got them papers. But my point is, I had to say this. I have nothing against CM Punk. He is a little bit, and I get that. Part of me, what likes about why people liked about him was his arrogance, and especially he was arrogant in the WWE. But some of that doesn't fit here in AEW because there's no. He even did a promo about it. He's not the voice of the voiceless. It's just like the company listens to the people. Like, I get, like, you can't please everybody. At the same time, like, if you're just doing shit to go against the grain of what people want, like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be keeping your customers, your audience, happy. And to a certain extent, I get, like, you have to play out storylines and ideas, and ultimately certain things may not make sense at first, and then you have to step back and look and see the bigger picture, and everybody don't see that. And like to think but if you just like Vince, he got to the point where he did shit just to fuck with the audience, and it was clear he was doing that. And I know Vince is gone now, and that's great. I have nothing against WWE except for it's like it's like bittersweet. It's like I like the fact that they are getting better, but still kind of. But the bitter part is, like, it's kind of hard to trust him again. You get what you know, and Tony Khan is not perfect, but the same end. And it's a lot of, but I give him way more leeway for the simple fact that this company's not even just reaching 3 years, and here these fuckers been around damn near 100. If you go from this original inception all the way till now, but even if you just go with when Vince McMahon took over, fine, that's over 30 years of history and know-how when knowing what not to do, what to do. And then you look back, a lot of that shit, I get it, you were supposed to be appealing to families and kids, and that's where your bread and butter was. And then you went to the attitude era, and you had to do what you had to do there. And we can't all have, it can't all be attitude era. It can't, it has to have, it has to, a little bit of your audience are preteens, our kids, my daughter, like she's getting into it. Like she watch, if she wasn't interested, if she didn't watch it with me, yeah, I mean, I can't force her eyes open, like watch this with me. If she likes it, she enjoys it with me, and she's fine with some of the rough and hardcore stuff. She's fine with it. Um, my point is, it's like if it was too much and she couldn't deal with it, I can't say, oh y'all can't do this. This is for kids. Like you have to go with what makes sense storyline wise, But this was I was glad, but I was happy he won. That's basically my main point. And so he came out. Um, so he came out. By the way, this is daytime. There's but you know what I'm drinking on right now. Not even a big fan of beer at all, but just got this pumpkin flavored seasonally spiced and brewed. So maybe I do a review on it, but not right, but I'm doing a review on AEW right now, but pretty good actually. Side note, did a little bit of a minor workout, like about a 23-minute workout before I went live right now. And put this on. You say apparently there's beer has certain things in it to help replenish the body. So testing it out right now. Anyway, I know it's usually non-alcoholic beer, but I need to try some of that. John Moxley swears by this. I forgot what it's called. It's he said he gets it from Whole Foods. Anyway, not a fan of their prices, but I'm happy they exist. But anyway, so John Moxley dropped a promo talking about that basically CM Punk folded. That like he saw a way out. He knew that he couldn't. He basically said CM Punk knew that he couldn't beat John Moxley, so he saw a way out and he feigned an injury. Basically, he said, "Oh, my foot," like because that's what happened. He went for it. He gave at the match last week during the unification. He gave him enziguri. He the foot that he landed that he's standing on. That's the one that got surgery repaired. He went down, yelled convincingly, like he twisted or maybe re-injured it. And John Moxley took advantage of this. He gave him one Death Rider. No, he gave him a hammer. And the hammer anvil elbows, and then he gave him the Death Rider. Then he went ahead and kind of gloated a little bit, walked around him, looked at him, went like this to him, and then gave him another Death Rider, and he won like in less than 4 minutes. I was about to get pissed. I thought he was gonna do one Death Rider, and then CM Punk was gonna kick out of it. Nobody should be kicking unless you're some big monster, like W. Morrissey or maybe even Wardlow. You shouldn't be kicking out of the Death Rider. It should be protected like the One Wing Angel or the RKO. That's how I feel. Like especially, it looks way more devastating than the damn than the one he used to do. I know it's just an elevated DDT, but it looks the way he delivers it, like with the extra oomph. That's why a finisher is somebody's finisher, because they perfected it. They do it in a certain way that's even like Daniel Garcia when he does the sharpshooter, but when he leans back, it looks even way more devastating than Bret Hart could ever do. And I might have, and I don't mean to say anything blasphemous about that, but it looks devastating, and I'm surprised that ultimately blow out somebody's knee doing that shit. But getting back on track, it was a great match. It was a great promo. CM Punk, I thought was going to come out. CM Punk doesn't come out at this moment. He comes out later. The match with Jake Hager and Daniel Bryanson. Hager dominated about maybe maybe a 60. It was like a 60-40 match. It wasn't too big, but he did dominate, and he should. He looks even better than he did when he first. He looks even more shredded. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. I don't know if he has a fight coming up. Jake Hager looks even more shredded than he normally does. So he eventually he has Daniel Bryan on the top rope. He's trying to do a suplex. Daniel Bryan gets Hager off of him. He's trying to do a superplex, and he's able to deliver a drop kick to Hager as he's coming back towards him. And he powers up. He delivers some of his signature moves, and some of the stuff gets reversed. It's a great match. Like I said, it's like you're in there with Daniel Bryan. How could you not? So, fuck Bryan Danielson. You're in there with Bryan Danielson. My fault. But anyway, so he winds up getting he winds up winning with the bicycle knee right on target. He quickly covers him, and it was a believable win. He was able to he was able to power out. He was giving Bryan Danielson some of the loudest chops I ever heard. That like I didn't know Hager had it. I knew he had it in him, but at the same time, he's not known for his chops. And these chops he gave to Bryan Danielson's chest like echoed out. I was like, damn. But that was the first official match. Afterwards, Jericho's on commentary. He winds up doing an interview in the back. Brian and Garcia is back there with after the match with Hager. He tells Garcia tells that no, I'm sorry, this happened before the match. My fault. Before the match with Hager. After Jon Moxley does his promo, Hager, okay, before the Hager match, because Jericho comes out with Hager, but before that, Danielson's in the back. Daniel Garcia's in the back with Chris Jericho. He says, "I want to reiterate that my loyalty is with you, because after Garcia had this match with Bryan Danielson, he wanted to shake his hand." Bryan Danielson wanted to shake Garcia's hand, and then Jericho comes in and attacks Bryan Danielson, and Garcia got pissed off when this happened. This happened just like 2 weeks ago. So because from that, he says, "Look, I'm with you." Garcia says, "I'm with you, Jericho." Basically, that's so. Just want to make sure I forgot to mention that. So. The next match is Toni Storm and Hikaru Shida and Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. They're gonna have a 4-way match for the interim championship at All Out. This is just a tag team match where it's the baby faces versus the heels, and I don't know what this means. Ultimately, I'm hoping this doesn't telegraph the Britt. But listen, I have nothing against Britt. Britt is a great champion. Period. But she's the one. Her character, they work. Sheeta and Storm was working great, like as a tandem, great. And he ultimately wound up winning. It wasn't a quick. It was I think it was like about an 8-minute match. Great. They're all these women can work their asses off, talented, and more ways to win. But it was another story. Sheeta ultimately winds up Tony gets Hayter out the ring. Ultimately, isolates her, and Sheeta finishes Baker with the katana, which is with the spinning knee to the face, and pins her. And this is the first time she actually gets they haven't fought singly since Britt won the belt And I didn't realize that. See, that's the thing about AEW. You think, damn, these motherfuckers had to fight a whole bunch of times singly by now. No, it's like fucking Moxley and Jericho only had 2 matches in the 3 years, and they just had their second one. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple of weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it's like, damn, it's really only been their second. I mean, and you start the roster's so deep and it's so and it's so believably interchangeable. Like, yeah, okay, you can change these pieces around. It's a great problem to have. It's like having a set of GI Joes, and it's like you got a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, a whole bunch of fucking Dukes, and then to choose from Duke type characters, and and it's like, oh well, like love to play with this one, love to play with this one. Maybe not the best analogy, but you get what I'm saying. You got a whole box full of toys, and they're all top tier toys. Like you always have your favorites here and there. But anyway, it was a great match. Needless to say, but I hope the fact that when she got pinned, I said to myself, don't pin Baker. If Baker gets pinned, she's probably gonna win the 4-way. And it's like I was thinking they would just go ahead and just put it on Tony, but they should put it on Tony because it's not like Baker already had a nice run with about a 7 or 8 month run as the women's champ, and she did phenomenally. And I didn't realize like the whole time she had a fractured, went from broke to fractured wrist. She wrestled with a brace on her wrist, and still did. I mean, the stuff she do, out of wrestling doesn't really pertain. But the fact that she still did it, she still did her other job. She has a practice, the dentistry. She still have patients to look after. I mean, that is a bad motherfucker. That is a bad motherfucker right there. So listen. Backstage moment. Don Callis encouraged Will Ospreay backstage, reminding him that the last time he was in a tag team match with Kenny Omega, he experienced a one-winged angel. So I believe happened in damn, was this? Yeah, this was in New Japan. So this had to happen in New Japan because it was since the open door has happened this past summer. Kenny was still healing up from his surgeries and his knee and a well needed rest. So Excalibur revealed that Kip Sabian will challenge Pac for the All Atlantic Championship at All Out, giving way to a hype video featuring promos each man. So guess was I'm glad to see. Listen, I didn't know what happened with Kip. I mean, but I was wondering because I see Penelope was still fighting long after, like when he got his. I don't know if he legit injured his arm like Mero, but that's what the last time I seen Mero when he like slammed his arm in the door. But that's the last time I seen him, and so Penelope, I'm hoping they do something with Penelope because she was injured. She came back. She is still always a great worker. She's one of the day one people. They need to be rewarded. She was always like, since she was even with Janela, she was always like up there, top talent. As far as good workers in the women's division, eventually, I mean, shit. Eventually, I think she should. I mean, I don't know what they would do with Jade. Maybe they write Jade off for a while, but she would be. A tag team. How about that? If you don't go a long extent as a tag team. Get I say another year or so. Get 10 more women on the roster. It could be easily a decent female tag team division, and you can easily do that. And especially for if you get certain talent in, to make sure you get both of them on television. That's a good way to do it. Just how Swerve and Keith Lee are on when they need to be on camera. They're champions. Here they haven't even been in AEW for now. They've been a full fucking year and they're champions, and they deserve to be champions. And I think they should hold those. I don't know. Right now, I don't see. I can't think of anybody right offhand other than FTR. Besides FTR, that should hold those belts. I mean, probably well they claim are actually gonna challenge them, but I don't think they're gonna win. They're fighting this at All Out. That's their challenge. Challengers that swerving our glory versus the Acclaimed. It's gonna be a good match. I just don't think they're gonna win yet. Especially it's the power of Keith Lee is ridiculous. You have to do something devastating to that mob. Like it has to be like an attack right before the bell or something, where he blows his knee, where his knee gets fucked up or something, in order for you to convincingly beat that team. And not to put nothing away from Swerve. Swerve is way more believably beatable versus Keith Lee. Anyway, our next match. CM Punk comes out. Let me see. Is this it? Yeah, he comes out. Like I said, he was coming out later on when I talk about Jon Moxley. Looks down, has some tears in his eyes. You think like, damn it, is he about to quit? Now, earlier in the night, when the detail with Jon Moxley promo, I forgot to say, Jon Moxley had an envelope. We said, I already signed this contract. Anybody can sign this if whoever wants to go ahead and fight me at All Out. And he leaves it in the ring's envelope. It's, Ace Steel, which I guess is CM Punk's trainer and longtime friend, comes out after Jon Moxley leaves, picks the envelope up, and so keep that in mind. CM Punk's out there. It looks like he's about to, sounds like he's about to quit. He's down on himself. Ace Steel comes out, says, fires him up, tells him, you need to go ahead and sign this. He smacks him. He gets fired up. CM Punk goes all the way up into the crowd, like down at one of the balconies. He says, basically says, I want, he signs it. He says, I want you at All Out. He signs it. So it's going to be CM Punk and Jon Moxley, two. Fine, great segment. Them, FTR and Wardlow, which is three members of the Pinnacle versus, I'll get the names, because at least go ahead and get the names. Let me see. Ren Jones. So, FDR. Okay, so it's Vic Capri, Ren Jones, and where's the third? Hold on, it's a trios match. Let me see. Wardlow and FTR defeat Ren Jones and RH. Oh yeah. So it's Vic Capri, Ren Jones, and Silas Young. Silas Young didn't even get tagged in. Ren Jones, big black dude with dreads. He was versatile in dark more than once. Good. I mean, he looks believable. All these motherfuckers look believable. So yeah, but who took the pin? Vic Debris took the pin. He took two power bombs. He took a fucking big rig. Then he took two power bombs from Wardlow, and he puts his one foot down and on his chest, and that was about it. Fucking squash match, entertaining. There's a 4-way match with Wheeler Yuta, Dante Martin, Ray Phoenix, and Rouge, and the only champion here was Wheeler Yuta. He's the pure champion still, and he actually great match. Gotta watch yourself. He actually wind up getting Dante Martin in the seatbelt. That roll up where you got where it's hard to describe it, but he's the only one I've ever seen do it. He has the two persons, both their shoulders are down and their leg. He has their leg pinned down. He did it. Dante Martin, that's how he lost. So the champion won over all of them. Ray Phoenix and Rouge were outside the ring. They had basically wiped themselves out. So they wasn't able to break the pin up. So, and these are four people who are going to be in a ladder match and they're going to, whoever wins this ladder match at All Out is going to have a chance to challenge for the AEW championship. I believe it's going to be 7 competitors. I'm not sure who the other 3 people are. I think it's going to be a Joker. So it's going to be 2 people who are going to be announced and 1 Joker. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Top. Those are some moments from this four-way. Roosh delivered a release German suplex to Martin off the top rope, then flipped out Phoenix. Oh, I mean, that was. I can read it, but if you see it, you know what I'm talking about. It's like certain things cannot. Certain things better watched than described. So this is the semifinals, which is the Aussie Open and Will Ospreay versus the Elite. This is great, great fucking match. Let me see. The youngest member of the Aussie Open, he's only 23. He actually, okay. Let me see. Future. All right. I wanted to get his name. But the youngest member of Aussie Open, the tag team, they're actually tag team champions in New Japan. He's the one that actually got the one wing angel from John Moxley. So he got pinned. Great damn match. It was ridiculous. Just as ridiculous as the four-way. So once again, I have no. It was a good go home show. Wait, I believe Rampage is going to be live this Friday. I'm hoping to be able to give you. It's going to be a long day that day. See, the only reason why I haven't been doing I've been doing between my daughter and then overtime on the weekends. You know, I haven't been able to give you decent reviews. If I can, if I don't give you a full review, I'm gonna at least do a short on like a couple on some of the action that I observed. At least do that. And check out my review of the game's albums and the game Black Slim Shady. It's also on his channel. And y'all have a good day. Fuckman out.